2, 3, go. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you are not, welcome back. Can you imagine, guys, we're now at 300 subscribers. 1, 2 and 3. Oh my god, I'm so excited. So if you've not yet subscribed, I see you, you're watching my videos, I'm seeing you. Like, you're not yet subscribed and you're what? Please, I beg you, help me grow. Anyway guys, if you subscribe, you help me grow. And also if you turn on the notification bell, I think even do naitwa, so you're able to get the that I have posted, you know, like you're able to come in this. So guys, thank you. So in today's video, I'm sharing with you some I think only 2 financial principles that have helped me along the journey. So if you know me personally, if you know me, or if you've been on this channel for quite some time, you know I'm very much interested, or maybe I like I like things finances. I just like to grow myself. I just like to know more about it, because I'm usually challenged by the verse that a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. Now African parents just want to leave spiritual inheritance, but no, you can even leave financial inheritance. You can even leave financial inheritance to your children, like children's and then children. So, and that's what we are talking about today. So guys, I'm not coming from, when is it at the silver what spoon? No, by all means, no. So these things I've had to educate myself, I've had to learn, and it's because I have interest. So even as I start this series, look at me. Even as I start this series, I'm in no means whatsoever a financial guru or a certified financial person. I'm just certified Karen, like, you know, just certified Musungu. Nothing more. So I'm just sharing with you what has worked out for me, because as we travel this journey together, you know, there's some people who've gone ahead, they found some ditches, they've avoided them, and if you have, you can be able to tell someone else, don't use that route. If you do, utapatana na bump pale, you know, things like that. And that's what I'm sharing. So there's a time I took a very long break, and some of the things that I was doing was that I actually attended a financial literacy class, or was it a personal financial development class? That's it. That's the name. I'm gonna tag the people that I trained with here, or I'm gonna put their things down here. So if you're interested, you can join, and I know you will learn. Like, I purpose to be doing this class every year. You know, it was so good, and I found that they had value for money. Like, even after the class is done, they still, you know, give us nuggets. They still invite us to classes, you know, they still hold seminars, and if you have attended that class, you get even a discounted rate. So without because I cannot be able to go into much detail of what I learned, I just want to start with two principles that to me have been very essential. Like, when I look back, you guys, you know, I was looking back, and June of this year I'll be 5 years in employment. 5 years I have worked. So apart from gaining 5 years career experience, I'm also growing, you know, and also my money is growing. Praise the Lord. So so 2 things. Number 1, which I learned and I am still learning, is tithing. Yo, if you don't believe in tithing, please just hush for a moment. What I believe tithing is, what it helps me do, is to be selfless. Yo, I can be selfish, especially with money. I can be very selfish. Like, who wouldn't, you know? So tithing helps me to be selfless, and depending on how you look at it, and also depending on your maturity in matters. giving or matters kingdom, because this one requires you to be mature. Because you've heard of many people, like instances where, oh, tithing has been bashed, it's not 10%. Who are you giving to? Are you giving to your pastor? Then your pastor buys a car, then your pastor builds on the knee. I cannot give a pastor my money. And then God, who are you giving your money to? Imagine you have a very limited view. If you're tithing and you're thinking you're giving your pastor money, then it's very limited. Because when you do that, okay, let me just share. I'm not gonna preach. This is just me. Like when I give 10% of my income, I'm giving to God. Now, whatever the pastor does with that money is up to them. Like God will judge them for that, And I'm not giving haphazardly. I'm just not giving anyhow. I'm giving where I am receiving. And it's not give and take. Like I know the church I attend, I know it. I know how they use the tithe. They are transparent. They show us. Like I cannot be giving to a place where I don't see how the money is used. So if you are convinced that you're giving to a man, you will not. But like if you are also convinced that tithing is actually kulisha or to kuvalisha your man of God, it will constantly remain in your pocket and you won't see where the money is going. So tithing for me has that it's very spiritual. It's me giving forward for what I have. Like it's me ensuring the 90% that I have with the 10% that I am giving to God. When I tithe, I'm telling God that it is you who has given me the 100%. Now this 10%, Lord, I give it back to you. Because what can you give to God? What can you give? Like even when I say that, it's such an embarrassment, not in a bad way. Like I feel 10%. 10% do like 10%. Like Karen, when God has given you, we're just from celebrating Easter. When God has already given you his life, not only given you his life, he's given you a name. He's given you an inheritance. We're talking about inheritance today. He's given you an inheritance, that goes beyond this life. And this life could be 100 years, could be 70, could be 20. But the life thereafter, oh my God, then what can I give to God? Even as we have celebrated Easter, the Lord has given us so much. And what we can do in return is to give ourselves. Now, you may not have the money to tithe, but first of all, usually challenge that we give ourselves first. Because my relationship with God may not be okay, but then I'm giving, money isn't a problem, so I'm just checking, I give, even like let everyone know that I'm giving this amount of money. But then what is your relationship first? Because God is interested first with our hearts, then with everything that comes with our hearts. What a God! He's not mincing from you, like milking, like what do you have? Then, those what do we call them? Like those lines, famous lines that toxic friends, they just milking from you. God is not like that. God is not interested in your money. Hey, let me just stop with that. God is not interested in your money. He's interested in you as an individual. So, the whole thing. Have I struggled with giving? Yes. Before I have struggled before. I thank God that currently God has delivered me. And when I did struggle, it was, I usually tell myself that it was coming from a place of distrust. I don't trust that God is able to take care of me, especially if you have kidogo, limited resources, you're like, gosh, I could do something with this 10%. I could do something with this, 100 or 1,000 or 7,000. I could do something with it, But then you're like, you know what, God, I trust you more to take care of me. I trust you more. Even when I don't see it, I trust you. I trust you that you're going to take care of me. So that's what tithing does for me. Now, what does it do for you? I don't know, but I pray that God helps you. So the area that I'm struggling with is giving from the nini I receive. Like if I'm going out of work and I got an allowance or a commission. I usually don't forget. I forget. But God is able. He will help me as He helps you. God is going to help us. So at the back of my mind, I understand well the principle of tithing and its importance, like giving to God. And even if it were not giving unto God, I would, it's good. I would still find avenues to give. But even when you're giving, people are giving unto God. But anyway, guys, you get my point. So tithing for me is very important. And the only, you can do 10%. You can do 15, you can do 20, you can do, you can do 100. But be wise, okay? So that's one. The other thing that has helped me in my journey is this one. I told you guys that I got employed 5 years ago. But before then, I had, just kidogo of money coming in here and there because I was working, but contract. I told myself that I am never paying rent higher than what my employer is giving me. Now, I have rent allowance, and beside other allowance, I have rent allowance. Now, for that rent allowance, there's usually the money that you're given, depending on also where you live. So I'm like, I feel pain. Even though I've never experienced it, but I feel pain when I have to give a rent, when I have to pay my landlord money higher than what I'm being given. Like literally living beyond my means in that one area. I may not be doing well in other areas, but in that, I strive to go below what my employer is giving me. And then, on top of that, I tell myself, if I'm paying landlord 8,000, 10,000 or 12,000, I have to match it up. Match it up. Like, I can't be giving my landlord 120,000 in a year. That's if I'm paying 10,000. I'm giving him or her 120,000 at the end of the year. And what am I giving myself? Nothing. No. So I match my savings with the money that I am paying for rent. So if I'm paying rent 8, I'll also put aside 8,000. If I'm paying 10, I put aside 10,000. Maybe in a landlord, I also want to feel what the landlord is feeling. But you know what, guys? I think closely related to that is the concept of paying yourself. And I've always grown up, we never taught these things in schools. Financial literacy is not taught in school. Paying yourself first does not mean going for an outing, does not mean buying yourself a pair of shoes, buying yourself a new attire, or maybe, furnishing your house, or whatever it is that you considered paying yourself. Maybe that treat, ama kurudishia mwili, pole, famously known as the statement you make before, the statement you say or you make before making the worst financial decision. Like, I have to thank my body because it's carrying me. But anyway, it's good. So it's good to buy that shoe, it's good to buy that dress. By all means, buy it. But then that's not paying yourself. Paying yourself is putting aside money for your future. Like, kama venye nimetumia the example of landlord, I'm also having at the end of the year 120 for my use in case anything happens. I won't go to the landlord. In case anything happens, I won't go to the KPLC or water company, because these people, your money comes, you pay them. Like you pay your rent. You pay your landlord. You pay your the electricity people. You pay the water company. You even pay the conductor on the road. But then you forget about yourself, So with that concept, you can be able to put aside something. Like, this one is for me, for the rainy day that may come. I don't know when it will come, but for that day when it comes, I'll be sorted. So those are two principles that I have. Strive. That I strive to keep. At least for those two, I have been able to, and that's why I'm telling you, tithing, and also not living, literally not living beyond my means. So last year, let me tell you guys, was it last year? Yeah, last year I got promoted. And the temptation to move to another house, the temptation was there. But then I was like, will I be able to pay myself when I move to this, house? Will I be able to match up my, what I've told you? And then I calculated, and I'm like, I can use this money to do something. I can use it to, there's so many things that I could do with that money. So that's it, guys. I wanted to share that with you as an introduction to the financial maybe series that I hope to do in this channel, so that we can learn together. It's very good to learn together. So if you have something that you have learned, if you have something that you're doing to help you be on this journey on financial wellness, by all means, share. And God would want us to prosper. And I'm not using that line to pass around the offering basket. Like, God truly, God would want you to prosper in your mind, physically. God would want you to prosper spiritually, and also God would want you to prosper financially. Why? So that you can be a kingdom enhancer. And I don't use that word like just haphazardly. Like, you need God is putting you as an influence, and you can even be a financial influence in his world for his kingdom. Very, very much possible. So God bless you so much, and thank you so much for joining. Thank you. Remember that if you have not yet subscribed, please, I ask you, please help me grow. Yeah. Thank you for watching, and please look out for other videos that I'm going to do on this topic. Let's share, when did you start working? I know it's very in our setting in Kenya, most times people get employed very much late in life. Does that affect how you save? Does that affect how you use your money? Because maybe you're coming in, you have a lot of things to take care of. We have not even touched on black tax. Oh my God. So see you in another video, and until then, keep safe and God bless you.